Alrighty, come take a seat or stand up. Hopefully you all know this song, so it should be fun.
Test. All right.
Hey guys, so welcome back. How are you? Okay, good. That's good. How are you guys online? You should comment below and say. So, today we're gonna play a game. It's Name the Tune, Christmas edition. So it's just like the movie game that or like the logo game that we played where you like saw the logo and you had to guess the logo. But this time it's gonna be with music lyrics, so we're gonna start it and you're gonna have to finish the lyrics, and Drew's gonna go around with the mic and he is going to go up to you and you're gonna say the rest of the lyrics. And if you're online, comment what you think the lyrics are. Cool. So, the first one is... Or actually, it's named the song, not the rest of it. My bad.
Sam?
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Yes, it is.
Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Yeah, Okay, round one. You get this prize. Yeah. So lift up
What is it?
Swedish fish. Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
Ooh, lucky. I love Swedish fish. The second one.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and
Raise your hand if you know it.
snowing and blowing up bushels of fun.
Jingle Bell Rock is correct.
Yeah,
We'll give
wait,
you a
we can
prize.
put in the name on the screen, guys. That's not what we're gonna do.
Jingle bell
This one.
time and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in
Oh my gosh, wait, lucky, he gets two. That's a good prize. Yeah, you get both of them. You don't want them? I'll take them. Unless if anybody else wants them. You want them? You already got a prize. Does anybody else who hasn't got a prize want one? Anybody want this? Who's not a leader?
gliding in the one horse.
Here.
Giddy
Or,
up, jingle horse, pick up
all right, the next one.
jingle up. Frosty the snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corn cob
Yeah.
and a button nose and his
Oh,
eyes
oh, this is a big one. Oh my gosh, wait, I know what this is. Lucky. That's a good prize. That's a good prize. A skateboard.
Nice.
Girl, we can go skating now together. All right, what's the next one?
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer
the red-nosed
and Vixen.
Yeah,
correct. Go
it
get
is
a prize.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Blitzen. But do you recall
This one right here.
the most famous reindeer
The
of
mason
all?
jar. And is there a gift
Rudolph
card? Oh, and a
the
Nike
red-nosed
gift card.
reindeer
$50.
Had a very
Oh my goodness,
shiny
that's a
nose.
good gift. All right, what is our last one?
You're a mean one.
It's so easy. All I
Mr.
want for
Grinch.
Christmas is you.
That's close, but not quite there yet. Very close.
You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah, Mr. Grinch.
You're a bad banana.
All right. Oh, this is supposed to be the best prize, so I wonder what it is. It's a $50 gift card, a little penny board. This one must be really good. Oh, is that an apple? It's
Mr.
like a
Grinch.
Is that a smartwatch?
it's a smartwatch.
Your
That's actually a really cool gift.
Sweet.
Whoa, I didn't even know these gifts, but I'm really impressed.
Brain is full of spiders. You've
All
got
right, well,
garlic in your
that's
soul,
been your
Mr.
favorite and my
Grinch.
big prizes.
With a 39.5-foot pole.
Do you want this one?
All right. So, quickly, I have some updates for you guys today. You guys know who I am, Nate. I'm the assistant youth director here at Redeemer. So, I have one big announcement for you guys, and it's really, really important, so I want you guys to listen up. For those of you guys at home, you guys listen as well. And it is this. There are changes coming to here at Redeemer Youth. Is after tonight, we're going to go on to Christmas break. And we won't return until January. Now, when we return in January, things are going to look a little bit different. We are no longer going to be having Redeemer Youth Middle Nights on Wednesday. We are going to be combining with the high schoolers on Sunday for one huge group. And I am super, super excited for this because what's going to happen is now you guys get to see what it's kind of like how to be a high schooler. You guys will get to hang out with the high schoolers. You guys will have growth groups still. Everything will now be so much better. You guys will get to be here and have fun longer. So this is the schedule that's going to kind of happen for you guys. Your parents have already received an email. If they haven't, tell them to email me, and I would love to give them the information. But at 6 o'clock on Sunday, you guys are going to show up, and you're going to head down to the fellowship hall. And when you get down into the fellowship hall, what's going to happen is your leaders are going to be waiting for you. And so are the rest of your friends. You guys will then have growth groups until about 6:30. And then at 6:30, you guys are going to come up into the activity center and join the high schoolers for our large group, where you guys will be playing the same games, you'll be worshiping the same songs and singing the same songs. You guys will be hearing the same message from Brian or from myself. But then, when large group is over, you guys will have until about 8:30, kind of like we had our event nights, where you'll be able to just hang out in the activity center while the high schoolers go to growth group. So this is an opportunity for you guys to try something new, which is going to be amazing. But then you guys get to see how faith can grow inside of you, how it looks with a high schooler. You guys get to see that, and you get to learn from them, which is absolutely amazing. You can learn more and more about your faith now that we're together. I'm super excited, so I hope you guys, and I hope you guys are at home are as well. We will be returning Sunday, January 10th at 6 p.m. for you middle schoolers. I'm super excited for it, and I hope you guys are. If you have any questions, you can ask me after the service. Parents or students online, if you have any questions, you can call me or email me as well, and I would love to answer them. But this is an opportunity that we get to have. So let's look forward to it, and let's be excited. All right, so now we're going to continue with our message series, My Christmas List. And this whole series is about the true meaning of Christmas. And today is the second and final part. Have you guys ever had to do something that you never wanted to do, whether it be chores, cleaning your room, shoveling the snow, mowing the lawn? It's like kind of the last thing that you wanted to do, and most of us in our lives can say that we had to do something like that. Like, we've not wanted to do it, but we've done it anyway. For example, this morning, I was getting ready to come to work, and my mom's a teacher, and she was sitting at her dining room table, and she was teaching, and I was grabbing my water bottle, and my water bottle is one of those shaker ones that has the little shaker ball in it, and it's really, really, really loud when you shake it, but I just grabbed my water bottle because I wasn't going to need the shaker part today, and part of the reason why I didn't grab it was buried in our dishwasher, and I didn't want to take the dishes out. I didn't want to take our utensils out and put them away, and my mom sat there, and she was like, well, why don't you just take the utensils out? And I was like, I really don't want to do that. And so I just left it there, and I went to work. That was something I could have done, but I didn't want to, so I didn't. I mean, when it comes to serving and serving others, like I could have, served my mom and helped her with the dishes so she didn't have to do it later in the day after work when she's tired and worn down from teaching and spending time with all those second graders. We tend to, when we have to serve, drag our feet. I mean, I know I do. So I'm speaking for myself right now. Is when it comes to service, I tend to drag my feet. I don't want to do it. Even though I know I should, I don't want to do it. And I had to think to myself, why do I do that? And the number one thing that came to me is I'm selfish. I just want to do stuff for me, and that makes me happy, and not others. If it costs me time that I could be doing something else, I don't want to do it. Remember last week how we talked about giving? Well, when we're serving others, we are giving them our time. And remember, we give to what we value most. And it's about the act of giving, not the gift. We give because Jesus gave. He didn't have to give his life for us, remember. He didn't have to serve, yet he chose to do it. He didn't drag his feet. He didn't say, Father, I'm not really feeling like it today. No, he didn't say that. He didn't drag his feet. He chose to serve. And we have to be willing to do the same. To put others first and ourselves last. Jesus calls you and me to serve. In what capacity? Well, that depends on each of us. It depends on the individual. But the fact that he calls us to serve, doesn't that bother you a little bit? If it doesn't, that's okay. It bothers me, and it just kind of digs me in the wrong way. I don't know why, and I think it goes back to the fact that I'm a little bit selfish. I really want to just worry about me. That just rubs me the wrong way. But he's not calling us to serve, to rub us the wrong way, to bother us. No. What if he's calling us because he sees something better coming out of it? Something good coming out of it? What if he saw blessings coming out of our service? And as we look into our Bible verse today, our Bible story, remember we're continuing with this Christmas story. We're going to start off right where we left off last week. But as we'll find in our service, there's a certain character who decides to serve. And it's probably a character that we don't talk about enough, but he decides to serve when he doesn't have to. Now, his name is Joseph, and he's Jesus' adoptive father. And we will find in our verse and story today that he decides to serve. So, before we turn into our verse, give you a little bit of context. Now, Joseph is Jesus' adoptive father, remember. So he is married to Jesus' mother, Mary. Now, they are engaged. So they're about to get married. And it comes to find out, or Joseph comes to find out, that Mary is pregnant, or she's going to have a baby, before they are married. Now, in this time, having a baby before you were married was a big time no-no. It was considered cheating to them. So Joseph finds out that Mary's pregnant, and he comes to the decision that he doesn't want to hurt her any more than she already will be when people find out that she may have cheated. So he decides that he's going to kind of divorce her and leave her, but do it quietly so nobody else knows. Just so she doesn't get cast out and hurt because she was going to have a baby before she was married. But yet he chooses something completely different. We come to find out that God sends an angel to Joseph and tells him that, no, Mary hasn't cheated on him. No, Mary hasn't done the big time no-no that people in this culture and time thought it was. No, she was pregnant, going to have a baby because it was the Son of God. And so an angel comes to Joseph and tells him, no, don't leave her. It wasn't her fault. And Joseph decides to stay. And that's where we'll come to our verse. And we can find it in Luke chapter 2. And it says this, verse 4. And because Joseph was the descendant of King David, he had to go to Bethlehem in Judea, David's ancient home. He traveled there from the village of Nazareth in Galilee. He took with him Mary, whom he was engaged to, who was now expecting child. That's Jesus, baby Jesus. And while they were there, the time came for her baby to be born. She gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him snugly in strips of cloth and laid him in a manger because there was no lodging available. So we come to find out that Joseph stays with her. He chose to serve God. He chose to serve God and take care of the mother of Jesus, and then take care of Jesus as his adoptive father. He adopts Jesus into his family. He chooses to serve God in this way. Even though, at some point, remember, he was going to try and leave Mary and kind of do it quietly so nobody knows. Yet, he decides to do the opposite and stay with her and take care of her and baby Jesus. But it continues. That's the first step. He's going to be the father, the adoptive father to Jesus. But then it continues in Matthew 1. And you guys don't necessarily have to switch, but it'll be up on the screen. Same for you guys at home. But in Matthew 1, it's the same story. Matthew 2 and Luke 2 have the very similar stories when it comes to the Christmas story. Remember our three wise men who were there last week? Well, this is right after that story. Matthew 2, verse 13. After the wise men were gone, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up, flee to Egypt with the child and his mother," the angel said. "Stay there until I tell you to return, because Herod," remember the king at this time, "is going to search for the child and kill him." That night Joseph left for Egypt with the child and Mary his mother. They stayed there until Herod's death. This fulfilled what the Lord had spoken through the prophet, "I called my son out of Egypt." Herod was furious, and when he realized that the wise men had outwitted him, he sent soldiers to kill all the boys in and around Bethlehem who were 2 years old and under. Now, Joseph took that step. I'm going to take care of Jesus. I'm going to be his adoptive father. I'm going to take care of Mary. We're going to be a family. He chose to serve God even when he probably didn't want to at some point. He chose to serve.
We're so grateful you could join us this morning for Redeemer Online. Don't forget,
But then on top of that, now he's taken Mary in, he's taken Jesus in, they're sitting in the manger. Now he comes to find out that Herod is trying to kill him. Or trying to kill Jesus, and that they have to flee to Egypt. Now, at this time, there weren't cars, there weren't planes, there weren't any of the technology that gets us from point A to B quickly. They had to walk. Egypt from Bethlehem is 146 miles. To give you a little bit of context in our realm, that's from here at the church to just north of Duluth, up by Lake Superior. They had to walk that. It took about 6 days to walk. So now not only does he decide, I'm going to serve God, but he goes the extra mile. And he's, I'm going to take care and protect this family, and we're going to flee to Egypt so Herod can't kill baby Jesus. We come to find out that a choice to serve is a good choice. And the reason I say that, think of the choice that Joseph made. He chose to serve God, to take care and protect Mary and baby Jesus. That equaled a good choice, because now not only does he get to have his own family, but he gets to become a part of Jesus' family as his adoptive father. That's a pretty good choice, not gonna lie. I would, at the moment, love to have that opportunity. And we'll come to find out later at the end of the message that we do have that opportunity, and some of you guys have already taken that opportunity. A choice to serve is a good choice. To give you even a little bit more context with me, imagine if I had, at the beginning, remember, taken those utensils out, taken them out of the dishwasher and put them away. Now, that necessarily might not have been a good choice for me myself, but it was a good choice to help my mom. Now she doesn't have to do it later. But because if I would have chose to serve, it would have made my mom a little bit happier, maybe a little bit less stressed, and overall good came out of it. Because Joseph's choice to serve God because he chose to serve God, the number of positive outcomes, the number of good results multiplied. He got to be a part of Jesus' family. He got to see baby Jesus grow up. I mean, we always see Jesus in this adult form, but imagine watching Jesus grow up. And we come to find out that a choice to serve is also a choice for joy. Who doesn't want to be joyful? Who doesn't want to be happy? But when we choose to serve others, we choose joy. We make a choice for joy. I remember, again, another story. I was in Montana. I was actually an intern at a church down in Minneapolis before I came to Redeemer. And we went on a mission trip to Montana. And as a part of this mission trip, we went to this home for people who can't live on their own. They can't take care of themselves. So this home provides them with the opportunity to live healthily and safe. And so while we were at this home, I got a confession and say that I don't like talking to people that I don't know. So this was a home of complete strangers. But yet we were serving them. But while we were serving them, I was, again, being a little bit selfish and doing what I could to kind of avoid having to talk to people. But then I got kind of thrusted into an opportunity where I did need to talk to a person. I did need to just hang out with them and serve them and give them my time. And I come to find out that I was completely wrong about my assumption. I was completely wrong in my selfishness. And what happened while I was talking with this person, hanging out with them, I began to feel joy. I began to see joy. We would later on go into a time of worship, and I have, my whole life, have never seen a room full of people authentically worshiping God and Jesus. I've never seen that. The joy in that room was something that I will remember for a very, 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 very long time. My choice to be there and to serve and just spend time with this individual, to give them my time, was a choice for joy. Imagine the joy Joseph received. Imagine that joy that he received when he made the choice to serve God and to take care of Mary and Jesus. He has a great marriage. I would guess, grew closer to God since he's the adoptive father to the Son of God. So I would like to say that he got more joy from his relationship with God, more joy from his faith. I was so skeptical going into that house. And I'm sure Joseph was skeptical when he was making the decision to serve God. Yet both of us come to find out that what we thought service was is not actually what serving is. A choice to serve is a good choice, and a choice to serve is a choice for joy. We can get both of those things when we choose to serve God. We can get the same thing Joseph got when we choose to serve God. While it may not be physical, the joy that comes from serving that God is something else, something we can't even describe. And we can show our friends and our family that they matter to us. We can begin to build more trusting relationships because of this service. We can begin to build something deeper with God. Which brings us to the last part of this message, the last part of our series. Is right now we can choose to serve God. We can choose to answer that calling that Jesus has for us to serve. And the first step to doing that is giving your whole life to Jesus. Giving your life to serve Jesus in every aspect. And we celebrate that here at Redeemer by this light board. When a person chooses to give their life to Jesus and to serve him, we give them a light bulb and they screw it into any one of those light ports. And when they screw it in, at some point the light turns on. And the same thing happens inside of us. When we choose to believe in Jesus, to believe what he did for us, that he died for us, that he loved us so much that he died for us, and then rose 3 days again. When we choose to serve him, a light turns on in us and we become a light to the world. So if you want to take that step, whether you're here or online, I encourage you to do so. Talk to your leaders about it, talk to your parents about it, and let us know. We would love to walk that journey with you. So we're going to end in prayer, and then we're going to go into a time of growth groups. For you guys at home, the growth group code will be, the Zoom ID will be on your screen below, but enter into a time of prayer with us. Give us about 5 minutes, and then we'll go into it. And last thing, remember, we return on Sunday, January 10th, 6 p.m. in the fellowship hall. We can't wait to see you there. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity that we can come here and serve you, worship you. Lord, we give you our lives to serve you in every aspect, just like Joseph did. And the fact is not that we have to serve, it's that we get to serve. Because a choice to serve is a good choice and it's a choice for joy. So Lord, we come together as your followers and saying, use us, Lord. Let us serve you. Let us serve others so we can become closer to you, closer to our friends, and closer to our families. We pray this in all your name. Amen. All right, you guys can go to growth groups. For those of you guys online, give us about 5 minutes and we'll see you then. But otherwise, have a great Christmas. We'll see you in January.